What up fishing fans, it's your boy Madbear Angler, and today we're gonna unbox, review, and give our first impressions of the Daiwa Steez ATW HLC 7:1 gear ratio 2021 edition. Let's do this. Mad props to Fishing Villa for allowing me to unbox such a beautiful reel. This is the, by the way, this is the 2021 edition, and yeah, like it says in the box, this is the hyper long cast edition of this Steez. I believe this is the first time that Steez would have a HLC variant, which is cool. So if you're not familiar with the Steez is the flagship reel for Daiwa. So if you're a Shimano fan, this is the equivalent of the Antari series. Before we get into the unboxing, let me just give a few disclaimers. Number one, everything that you're gonna hear from me would be my own thoughts and opinions based on the information research about this reel. I am not in any way an engineer of some sorts. I'm just a guy who loves fishing. Another thing is, I'll try to be as technical as I can, but I'm gonna shy away from the stuff that I have no idea what it means. So if you need more information, that probably you need to do your own research. But again, I'll try to be as technical as I can. Alright, so without further ado, so right off the box, we have the logo. So we have the reel, we have some sort of precautionary sheet that says that you need to lock your Steez. Put the side plate on the lock position every time you use it. The 2016 Steez that I have has one of these. So yeah. We also have this points for coupons. I think this is the warranty ID. So yeah. And this is the... looks like an instruction manual. And there is no schematic sheet. That's pretty much it. Alright, so let's go ahead and put everything back and set it aside. Initial looks, this is has a new color scheme. It's more of a blue, like a midnight blue kind of a thing. This is one awesome looking reel. I believe this is the same size as the 2016 reel. So this is the 2016 Steez ATW. This is the new one. Putting them side to side, to be honest, nothing much has changed. So the color scheme of the new ATW is more of a midnight blue. Pretty much has the same design as the old Steez ATW. By the way, if you're not familiar with the Steez lines, the Steez has the Steez ATW, Steez SV. Now it has a Steez ATW HLC. Steez A, based on research, it stands for the aluminum alloy body model. So what this has is it has a hyper armed housing, as how Daiwa branded it. So that means the main body, the side plate, and the spool holder are made of aluminum. So it has a hyper tough clutch. Doesn't look much of a difference from the older Steez. The Steez ATW series is the variant of the Steez that is designed to cast heavier lures. So, if I'm not mistaken, it also has a heavier drag. I believe previous reels for Daiwa has a 5 kg drag. This one has 6. This is designed to cast at least 14 grams up to 2 ounces, or that's like 56 grams. So this bad boy also has the aircraft grade Duralumin spool. I've done a little research on that. Duralumin is a strong, hard, and lightweight alloy of aluminum, and it's widely used in aircraft construction. So we're gonna take that out later. This reel is also mag sealed, so you can fish this in salt water with no issues. This beauty over here also has a 90 mil suede crank handles. See the branding over there. This has the HLC system. That means that the bearings and the spool are designed for longer casting distance. So since this is a Daiwa product, it has the T-wing system. See the Steez branding over there. Since this is a flagship reel from Daiwa, this is a reel that is made in Japan. This reel also weighs 190 grams, so it's pretty light. So this is the 7.1 to 1 gear ratio. This reel also comes in 6, 7, and 8.1 to 1 gear ratio. So this also has a maximum drag of 6 kg or something to in effect of like 13 pounds estimate. This also has 8 ball bearings. Every crank of the knob will net you 80 centimeters of line. Here is the spool capacity if you're going to use fluoro or nylon. So this is available in Fishing Villa for 24,850 pesos. Okay, so let's do a little test. Let's check the drag. The drag clicks, but not that loud. For the crank handle, it's smooth, but there is a little bit of resistance that I can feel. Very minute. You should see the spool tension knob. The spool tension knob doesn't click. By the way, most of the newer Daiwa baitcasting reels come with the factory set spool tension called Zero Adjust, which means the spool tension has been pre-adjusted to the most optimal setting. Very low play. You can adjust it, but as is, you can already use it, cast it, probably set the brakes. Speaking of brakes, it's set to 0 right now. So the brake dial clicks, it is still up to 20. Let's put it back to 0. For you to access the spool inside, what you need to do is you need to slide it to the right. And for you to pop it out, you should see a little notch over here. This thingy actually moves when you slide this lever left and right. So you can check if it's open if you see this little spike over here or like a fin, and there you go, you can pop it out. Looks like Daiwa is still stuck in the tradition. So if you're not familiar with HLC series, if I can recall correctly, every HLC reel has a purple induct rotor. So it looks like they have used the same color scheme here. So as you can see, the spool has a short spool spoke. Now using our high-end digital scale, let's weigh the spool. So the spool weighs 16.4 grams. Let's go ahead and weigh the reel itself. The reel itself is 190.6 grams. So it's pretty close to what's advertised. Some new additions to the Daiwa Steez is the very audible drag click. Another thing that is new is the it now comes with a larger spool. I believe the previous Steez has a 34 mil spool. This one has a 36 mil, so it's 2 millimeter difference. It also has the Mag Force Z boost. So based on how the Daiwa video explained it, the induct rotor in the spool, this one, now moves twice instead of once. The induct rotor is being pushed towards the magnet upon initial cast where the spool spins the fastest. It moves down 1 notch, decreasing the brake when the airborne lure is starting to slow down. And it moves down 1 more when the lure is about to hit the water to give it more distance. This Steez also incorporated the hyperdrive gearing design that is the same with the Zillion SVTW1000. So that means the teeth of the crank gear is bigger. So you can crank with more power. You can crank with more power. At the same time, the pinion gear is seated and supported on both ends. So before the pinion gear, that's the small gear that is connected pretty much here, is only supported at this side, especially if you have longer spool spokes. That is the only thing that keeps the pinion gear straight. So having the pinion gear supported on both sides means that you have even gear rotation on every crank of the handle without power loss. So it's now time for my first impressions. Alright, so here are my first impressions of the Daiwa Steez ATW HLC 2021 edition. On the aesthetics portion, the only thing that's different is the color scheme. I think Daiwa swayed from the gunmetal gray look and decided to go with like a midnight blue, alloy blue color scheme, which is good. I like it actually. So think of it as a Steez with a fresh coat of paint. I think Daiwa last year focused on more of the internals because of the hyperdrive gear design and the Magforce Z boost. With that said and done, with the internal improvements, so that raises the question, is it worth the price? Right now I can't say, but one thing's for certain, the Steez 2016 ATW, it's worth every penny. Absolutely. 100%. The Steez series has a very good casting track record. Daiwa decided to include the HLC upgrades to the Steez. So what does that make the Steez now? Because I've tried casting with Steez ATWs and it's absolutely smooth, buttery smooth. I have nothing but praises for that wheel. So putting HLC to it, I have used the Daiwa Tatula HLC and the Zillion HLC and they have lived up to its name. So HLC, guys, is a good thing, trust me on that. It does improve your casting distance like 10 to 20%. So adding that on top of what this Steez ATW has, so most likely all good things. Alright, so what are your thoughts? Let's talk about that in the comment section down below. If you're interested in getting the Steez ATW HLC 2021 edition and more, you can visit Fishing Villa, or you can visit their Facebook page, Fishing Villa Second and Outdoor. I will leave the link in the description down below. Don't forget to click on like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell notification icon so you won't miss any unboxing videos. So once again, I'm your boy Maverick Angler. Peace, tight lines. Till next unboxing video, stay safe and take care.